In a quiet valley, hidden between rolling green hills and silver rivers, lay a village so peaceful that it felt untouched by time. Life there was simple. People rose with the sun, worked in their fields, shared meals with their families, and slept under starry skies. Among the villagers lived an old farmer named Ibrahim. His home was modest, a small clay house with a wooden door and a tiny garden of herbs. His clothes were plain, his land not vast, and his possessions few. But everyone in the village respected him deeply. They said he was the calmest man they had ever known. When others quarreled about harvests, he spoke gently. When storms destroyed crops, he stayed steady. When the young felt restless and impatient, he only smiled and told them to be patient, like the earth. He was not rich nor powerful, yet his presence carried a weight heavier than gold. One evening, a newcomer named Amir walked toward Ibrahim's house. Amir had come from the city a few months earlier. He had left behind a life of noise and hurry, cars honking, deadlines pressing, dreams half-built and abandoned. He thought the village would bring him peace, but instead he carried the same storm inside him. That evening, his face was full of frustration, his steps restless, his heart heavy. He found Ibrahim sitting under the old banyan tree, watching the horizon where the sun dipped into golden hills. "Uncle," Amir began, his voice almost breaking, "I don't understand myself. I have dreams, goals, and I work hard, but I feel lost. I start many things, but I give up. I make plans, but I break them. Time keeps slipping away. Tell me, how do you remain so calm, so in control?" Ibrahim looked at the young man for a moment. His eyes were kind, patient, like the earth after rain. Then he slowly stood, brushing the dust from his clothes. "Come with me," he said. The two began walking down a narrow dirt path. The evening breeze carried the smell of wet soil, crickets sang in the grass, and the sky turned shades of pink and purple. Amir noticed how steady Ibrahim's steps were. Not hurried, not slow, just balanced, like a man in rhythm with life itself. They passed fields where farmers were finishing their work, waving to Ibrahim with respect. Amir could see how everyone looked at the old man, as though he carried a wisdom no one else did. Finally, they reached the edge of a forest. A small stream flowed there, its water clear and cool, winding between stones. Amir stopped and pointed at it. "Look at this stream," he said softly. "It doesn't rush, it doesn't stop. Every day it flows, steady, patient. It clears rocks, nourishes the soil, and gives life to everything around it. That is discipline." Amir frowned. "But uncle, I don't understand. How does this stream explain my problem? I try so hard, but I still fail." Amir smiled faintly. "Because you live like a storm, Amir. Loud, powerful for a moment, but gone the next. Storms may shake the world, but they pass. It is the stream that remains, shaping the land day after day." Amir fell silent. Something inside him wanted to believe, but his restless heart resisted. Ibrahim saw the doubt in his eyes and sat on a nearby rock. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "Long ago, I was just like you. I wanted everything: wealth, fame, recognition. I tried to build a business, but when it got hard, I gave up. I began writing a book, but after a few chapters, I stopped. I learned music for a few weeks, then abandoned it. I was always chasing, never staying, always starting, never finishing. I thought the world was against me. Then, in desperation, I went to the mountains to meet a teacher. I poured out my complaints, how I lacked discipline, how I could not stay consistent, how I felt trapped. The teacher listened quietly. He didn't scold, didn't give me lectures. After a long silence, he handed me a clay pot and pointed to a large empty water tank nearby. Every morning, fetch water from the river and fill this tank. Do it for 40 days. Nothing else. I was shocked. I thought he would give me secrets to success or wise words. Instead, he gave me this. Still, I obeyed. On the first day, I carried the pot. It felt heavy, the sun burned, and I thought to myself, this is pointless. On the second day, I almost quit. By the fifth day, my shoulders ached, my legs trembled, and my mind screamed at me to stop. But the teacher's silence haunted me. So I continued. Day after day, I carried water. Something strange began to happen. My body grew stronger. My mind became sharper. My mornings no longer dragged me out of bed. I woke up before the sun, ready. I began noticing the world, the sound of birds, the rising sun, the rhythm of my own footsteps. And then, on the 40th day, I stood before the full tank. The teacher smiled and said, "Now you understand. Discipline is not punishment. It is training. It is love. It is freedom from the chaos inside you." Ibrahim bent down, picked up a small stone from the stream, and placed it in Amir's hand. "You see this stone? If water touches it once, nothing happens. But if a drop falls every day, year after year, the stone changes shape. That is the power of small, repeated actions." Amir stared at the stone. For the first time in years, his heart grew quiet. He realized his entire life had been storms, bursts of passion, followed by emptiness. He had never learned to be the stream. Ibrahim placed a hand on his shoulder. "Don't wait for motivation. Don't chase perfect plans. Choose one path. Show up every day. Even when it's boring, even when no one sees you. Life doesn't reward bursts of effort. It rewards the patience of steady footsteps." That evening, Amir lay awake on the ceiling of his small home. His mind replayed Ibrahim's words. He thought of all the half-finished dreams scattered in his past like broken pottery. He thought of the stream flowing endlessly, shaping the land. The next morning, before the sun rose, Amir woke up. For the first time in years, he resisted the urge to sleep in. He sat at his small desk, opened a notebook, and began writing, not with the fire of inspiration, but with the quiet determination of discipline. Day after day, he repeated the act. Some mornings were heavy, his mind reluctant, his body tired, but he remembered the stream. He remembered Ibrahim's words. He kept going. At first, no one noticed. His friends laughed. "Amir, you'll give up soon, like always." But he didn't. Slowly, he began to change. His face grew calmer, his thoughts clearer. He no longer rushed. He no longer panicked when things went wrong. Weeks turned to months. Amir was no longer the restless newcomer. He had become steady, like the stream, never rushing, never stopping. People began to notice. His work improved, his focus deepened. He finished what he started. He became a man others looked to for advice. And one evening, standing by the same stream with Ibrahim, Amir whispered, "I understand now. The world doesn't belong to storms, it belongs to streams." Ibrahim smiled, his eyes shining with quiet pride. And the lesson Amir carried for the rest of his life was this: success is not born in moments of passion or sudden energy. True success is carved, drop by drop, by the quiet power of discipline. Storms may roar and vanish, but it is the patient stream that shapes the land forever.